and Caceres. And one thing you are going to see here, Pat, is this height and reach advantage is damn near mind-blowing. It's something I don't think I've ever seen before. This is next level.
It is, and you've got to be creative. When you're the shorter fighter, you have to figure out how to cover that gap. You're either outside that range or all the way inside. There is no in between.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, and that's where you can really see this thing. It is something special. Big matchup here, as it is the big nasty here, Tom O'Connor, 5'6", taking on Caceres, who is 6'2". That's right, incredible tail of the tape. Let's set it up to Blake Chadwick, who has our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a quarterfinal bout in the XFC lightweight tournament set with 3 5-minute rounds of action. Introducing first, standing to my left, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands at 6 feet 2 inches tall. Weighing in at 156 pounds. He enters this fight with a record of 15 wins, 10 losses, and 1 draw. And fighting out of Miami, Florida, he is No Way Jose Caceres. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This BJJ and Muay Thai style fighter stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 pounds. He enters this fight with a record of 8 wins and 1 loss. And fighting out of Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, he is Tom Big Nasty O'Connor. The referee for this bout, George Allen.
So George Allen is going to be your referee here, and Tom Big Nasty O'Connor, funny enough, much smaller.
You ready?
Than Jose No Way Caceres. It is O'Connor there in the red, and Caceres in the black, and we are on and popping here in the lightweight division.
O'Connor moving that head on his way in. Gonna have to. Got to watch out for the jabs, and definitely watch out for the knees from a fighter that is this tall. You don't want to chew on kneecaps.
Well, it's something you dealt with for quite a long time, didn't you, Pat?
Are you calling me short?
Well, you know, but that's the thing. If you're able to close that distance, you really knock that out of the park, and the reach is instantly gone. And look what O'Connor's doing. He's pushing the pace, working on the clinch, but Caceres able to turn him around.
Well, the main thing is look, yes, if you've got good head movement, I mean, you can negate that reach pretty quickly and slide inside. It's just the danger of covering the gap. That is that transitional phase that you've got to master to keep yourself out of trouble. It also helps with spelling bees that you don't get hit that much on the way in.
There it is, just a minute in here, as you can see O'Connor, trying to dig in here against Caceres as they continue to jockey for position here in round number 1. 3 5-minute rounds here on the docket, as this is our first lightweight tournament quarterfinal matchup here at XFC 43.
Caceres, nice job. Now he should just push off, but he digs back in. Good job working to the back. O'Connor turning back into him. Good job. This fight for O'Connor, he'd love it to be here all night.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This guy is red hot right now, 8-1, and currently on an 8-fight win streak is Big Nasty Tom O'Connor.
You know, if I'm Caceres' coach, I'm saying, look, if you're going to be in close, at least go to the tie clinch and start working your knees where you have a distinct advantage inside of this one.
No Way Caceres here. Jose Caceres looking to land that nice little uppercut underneath on O'Connor. Not a whole lot of action here. Well, there is a lot of action, a lot of exertion, but not a whole lot of damage being done yet. As Caceres and O'Connor continue to push hard here, and I don't think, folks, even if you're a layman and you've never trained, just working the clinch like that is so tiring by itself. I mean, constantly changing positions here, pushing against your opponent, it really can wear you out.
Yeah, I mean, the wrestling and grappling, those are anaerobic activities. Figuring out how to function when your muscles are out of oxygen. Beautiful trip there by O'Connor. And boxing and kickboxing are aerobic activities. So these guys have to find a balance in their conditioning, and everybody's different. So it's really, not to just learn the techniques to do this, but to figure out how you are optimally, having the best aerobic and anaerobic conditioning. That's a process. He's got a double leg.
Caceres working on that takedown, trying to come around the back. Those big, long arms trying to snake on a big, nasty Tom O'Connor. And one thing that I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention, of course, that Jose Caceres finished who many people consider the welterweight king of the world right now, Kamaru Usman, and the only man to ever defeat Kamaru Usman. Pretty impressive.
It is very impressive. Usman, a very powerful wrestler. He's on the Olympic ladder. Very dangerous guy. So very impressive.
Yes, indeed. O'Connor and Caceres trading now. As you can see, O'Connor in a great position. And that's another thing. You talk about a much taller opponent, lengthier opponent. If you can get him down on the ground, that really negates it. Not only just closing the distance, but bringing him down to your level. And this is where O'Connor feels very, very comfortable. And now creating a backpack here on Jose Caceres.
Finally got those legs in. Now he's crossed the legs back, then he goes back to just putting the legs in. And I'll tell you what, people that are good at that, it is difficult to get them off your back.
Let the cage go.
Trying to get underneath that neck.
Push off of the cage. Hold on.
He might have this, buddy. He's putting. Nope.
It's kind of fallen off of the side, though, and been readjusting here is Tom O'Connor, the Canadian, looking to put the finish in here on Jose Caceres. And Caceres fittingly says no way to that one.
Caceres trying to hook his feet and come out the back door here, out between O'Connor's legs. He's got to get him underneath his, cross him across O'Connor's torso there to be able to get out of there. Your hips are not effective when your opponent's sitting that far up on your chest, so bumping your hips does no good. Now he's got his legs where they need to be. Out the back door he goes. Going for a leg lock now.
So yeah, very interesting round here between O'Connor and Caceres.
Caceres isn't getting up quick.
Yeah, it took his time getting up. A little worn out here as O'Connor has really brought the fight here, and I think we both agreed that that's how he was going to win, is you can't allow Caceres to get comfortable, to get any sort of the rhythm going, and I think that's exactly what Big Nasty did. He shut that down.
Yeah, he covered the gap, and they spent that entire time pretty much in close. O'Connor fighting his fight.
Take a look at Jose Caceres getting worn out here. And
holding his mouth open for that water like a baby bird waiting for mama. Huh?
Yeah, he was ready for that round to end, indeed. O'Connor has to be feeling real good right now. We talked about riding that 8-fight win streak. He knows he is in a very, very good place right now, but to make it through this lightweight tournament, that would be the icing on the cake. Can he do it tonight in Atlanta? Tom Big Nasty O'Connor feeling it out there, breathing in very deep there as Jose No Way Caceres.
You ready? Fight!
Round 2 underway. This one's set for 3 5s. Not going to be easy for Caceres to do it, but how does he kind of get himself back into this fight here, Pat?
By keeping his back off the cage like that, pushing off, creating distance, using his jab, using his reach, using his knees. Getting into these wrestling matches with O'Connor.
Sometimes having that lower base there kind of helps, and obviously O'Connor, it's worked very, very well for him. It worked well for you back in the day.
Now that's you got to play the odds. Yeah, you absolutely have to. You have to make them fight your game.
Caceres, that's for the first time really able to use those knees to his full advantage, and that's it could be a huge difference maker. And now getting a little sloppy. Here comes O'Connor. Gets airborne and lands a right hand.
Caceres loses his balance. O'Connor's putting it on him here.
Caceres, of course, coming off of a loss. He doesn't want another one of those in the row. As you can see, Tom O'Connor landed short shots.
Good hand control there by Caceres, but he's got to get up with that.
Now, how hurt is Caceres here? I mean, he seems like now he pops right back up. I think more not really hurt, but just worn out.
Fatigued, very fatigued. And, did he have a tough weight cut? There's a lot of things.
How does he even get to 155 in the first place? I think is the real question.
Right. Well, this could be the sign for him that he needs to go up.
The relaunch of XFC, and of course, we're all awaiting, fans included, of course, the big main card on NBC Sports. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope that you join us for that. Digging down deep here is Tom O'Connor, who has really made his money here right up against the cage and constantly staying low here on Caceres.
Caceres obviously has very long hands, always tired, very fatigued. O'Connor keeping the pressure on. There's a lot going on in this inside battle. A lot of positioning, a lot of fatiguing stuff, a lot of pummeling.
And that's what I was trying to emphasize a little bit earlier there, Pat, is just that I don't think a lot of fans understand what that is like. And unless you've trained, and gosh, I've done maybe a few weekends, but just that clinch work is really just extremely tiring.
Yeah, you want to lose some calories, get with a wrestler and do what's called hand fighting and fight for position with them. And yeah, you're going to get...
But if you're watching on your TV screen, you can't really see that, right?
It's hard to understand, yeah, unless you've actually done it. And it's a great workout, and it's a great self-defense tool. I mean, teaching someone how to hand fight is a great self-defense tool.
Tom O'Connor looking pretty golden here. Still in round two, still in control and really maintaining the pace of this fight. He's going to go low again.
Nice job grabbing the back ankle. Now he's got a circle with that. Nice job.
Now Caceres there trying to get underneath the chin. Let's see if he can snake those long, lanky arms around the neck of O'Connor. Unable to do it. And here comes O'Connor again. Short elbows, short punches.
This is where a tall fighter is at a distinct disadvantage. When the shorter fighter gets cross sides on you, very difficult to get him back in guard. Look at him just hopping around. Very mobile, compact. Watch the up kicks coming at you from there.
O'Connor can pretty much do it any way he wants. A lot of subs on his record. Loves the rear naked choke, but he can also knock you out cold. Can O'Connor add to that finish?
He tried to head kick him twice in a row.
Oh, and then he threw a little, I don't know exactly what that was. Really, the handstand kick there for Tom O'Connor.
Little capoeira.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for. Well done. That's what I was looking for.
Well, O'Connor, I mean, just nonstop busy in here in this. They've been fighting in a phone booth, basically, right? And the shorter guy is going to always have the advantage there for the most part.
Now, this is where Caceres can really, get this fight back and really do some damages with those big knees.
But he doesn't have any steam left to put any heat on him, unfortunately, when he gets there.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
So we hear just a few seconds left here in round number two. Very entertaining fight here to kick off our lightweight tournament as Tom O'Connor, I believe, notches another round in his favor.
Certainly.
And Caceres has to go back to the drawing board, as you can see in the corner of O'Connor. Let's take a look and see how it all went down.
Early in the round, O'Connor throws that kick, misses, gets a hammer fist in the back of the head, but scrambles out of that bad position. And here he comes. Offense. And just cross sides position. This is where we talked about such a distinct advantage for the shorter fighter. Goes knee on belly, then lands the elbow. Beautiful job. There's one kick, and then let's get creative here. Little cartwheel kick after this. I think he feels he's safe to say he thinks he's in control when he's pulling stuff off like that, buddy.
As the kids would say, he's feeling himself tonight.
Yes.
Tom O'Connor doing a little extra here for us in Atlanta. And why not? We got that speech at the weigh-ins at the fighter meeting as well for Myron. And how passionate is he, and really instills that in these fighters, that he wants them to go the extra mile, wants them to quote-unquote bring the violence, and that's exactly what they are doing. Third and final round, O'Connor and Caceres.
Well, and the quote, one of the greatest quotes ever. The two most important days in your life, the day you're born and the day you find out why. I love that quote.
And then on top of that, he gives them all shares in the company.
Absolutely.
What a combination, right?
Yes.
And here we go.
Ooh,
Speaking of combinations, nice spinning elbow. O'Connor got caught there for a moment, but he continues to grind this thing out. The low center of gravity here for O'Connor has been paying off thus far.
Caceres has to keep moving with that leg. You get a single leg, you never sit still. You've got to keep him moving enough balance so that you can change up to whatever else you want to do. He's now abandoning that.
Tom O'Connor has put together quite the fight here. 2 rounds in, but you got to finish it. You're only as good as your last round, your last minute. Can Caceres somehow dig down and use that striking ability?
Gonna need to pull something big off, that's for sure. O'Connor keeping the pressure on it.
It's a cliche, but I think that's one of the reasons why we love the sport so much, is it only does take one. And Caceres digs down indeed, lands a few shots. O'Connor, though, has more pep in his step and more juice. He lands the big right hand and now closes the distance again, and it is back to square one
and now
for No Way Caceres.
Really in trouble, knee on belly up against the cage, so he's stuck. Look at him trying to kick his hips over. Look at him, he just pulls him over. That's fatigue.
But I'll tell you, Caceres is not going away. O'Connor continues to punish. George Allen watching very, very closely.
O'Connor's ragdolling him right now, my friend.
And this fight's gonna be over. George Allen says, stop the madness. Tom O'Connor, big nasty with a big win. And he moves on in the tournament. What do you make of Mr. O'Connor now moving to 9-1?
It's buzzsaw, buddy.
He is going to be trouble in this division, as we are literally with these tournaments defining the divisions within the XFC. You see the knees, you see the tenacity, the viciousness of a guy like Tom O'Connor.
O'Connor, I'm sure, at some point in this fight, could feel Caceres melt, literally melting. You can feel it when they break physically and mentally. And here he just knows he just needs to keep his foot on the gas pedal and is going to get the finish. Look at him, he just pulls him over. You don't do that to someone who's not fatigued.
No doubt about it. That is how he got it done and was able to notch that finish on top of it all.
Good fight, gentlemen, good fight.
Look at the emotion. Big nasty Tom O'Connor. Let's get our official decision with Blake Chadwick.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes of round number 3, your winner via TKO in the red corner, Tom Big Nasty O'Connor.
So Big Nasty Tom O'Connor advances in the tournament. Let's see how he did it. It was quite masterful here, able to negate all that height and reach.
Non-stop pressure. Just non-stop pressure and aggression and great technique on the inside fighting.
Tom O'Connor really putting on a performance here at XFC 43, to say the least. Great sportsmanship.